Hello, everyone. My name is Jared Oubre, and I'll be presenting the Leading for Learning final exam about my thoughts, evaluations, my shifts in mind frame, my specific standards that I want to focus on as an educational leader. I'll also talk about some of those key takeaways that I've had under the instruction of Dr. Miller, as well as ways I will implement them leading into my principal residency coming up in a few weeks. So again, my name is Jared Oubre. This is Leading for Learning at Dallas Baptist University, summer 2025. Hi, in the next portion of my presentation, I'll be focusing on some of the shifts that have taken place in my mind as I've matriculated through the course and some of the things that I have grown upon during this course and what Dr. Miller has taught me. If you're looking at the top of my screen under biggest shifts, look at that quote. Leaders need to engage teachers in authentic ways to take ownership and direct their own learning. Wow, the authentic ways. Those are one of my key shifts is professional learning, adult learning needs to be authentic. We need to support teachers and help them become leaders in creating more of that professional learning as well. I also want to step into the school and create a new culture, make a culture shift. These are some of the things that I feel are important in making a complete cultural shift, and that adult learning is required, but it also is effective. Last, we want diversity in the learning because that diversity, whether it's through action research or lesson plan studies, this diversity in the learning will allow a deeper synthesis of adult learning that will help students evolve and learn as well. Hello, everyone. In this portion of my final exam presentation for Dr. Miller, Leading for Learning, I want to dive into my standard I chose, which is the conditions for success and leadership standard. One of the first strategies is creating a mission and a vision as a school leader to increase and enhance the highest levels of adult learning. We know that adult learning will lead to student learning, and we want to share some of that evidence of adult learning that has impacted schools and student success. This will help create that culture of learning throughout the school from the top to the bottom. As we know, the principal needs to be the leader for learning. And so my leadership focus is also on how can this impact the community? How can we reach back to the community, identify some of those core beliefs between our staff community that we want for our students, and be the leader that can help transform our school into more success because of the professional development that's taking place at the school that school year. What leading for learning means to me. As an upcoming administrator, I want to use my tools to help guide and be the learning guide for our school and be a connection point between the community, the teachers, and the parents. We're going to use all of those core beliefs between us three to help impact student learning. If you notice in the center of my screen, Zepeda focused on page 82 with the quote stating, school leaders monitor to support teachers as they transfer what is being learned to the work that occurs in the classroom. Those last three words are the most important words to me. In the classroom, we realize that a great teacher will impact students and make students great. And so the number one goal with our adult job embedded learning is that it impacts the classroom. Dr. Miller also assisted us in creating a comprehensive learning plan, and it shows some of those strategies for a longitudinal professional adult job embedded learning and ways that administrators can step in to be able to create a consistent ongoing learning process for all educators in our school. My next steps as a learning leader. As a learning leader, I am committed to ongoing adult learning that is job embedded and effective for teacher and student growth. I want to be a champion of the conditions of success as a leader. These are my focuses moving forward in my career. As I was reading Dr. Miller's devotional for session 10 of our class, I was struck by this quote from the Bible, and it states, do not conform to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. And this struck me very close to my heart because my mind feels renewed after the instruction of Dr. Miller. And some of those things I was a little apprehensive about leading into PASL and leading into becoming a administrator in the schools coming up in the next few weeks. And she's renewed my strength in my mind. And I know God works in great ways. And God put Dr. Miller in our path of learning for a reason. With her knowledge and skills, she has renewed my mind and transformed my learning and made me see better ways in the future in my next steps of using adult professional learning to the best strategies to help my school grow. Thank you.